This is Paul Wett from www.wetttraderllc.com, here to talk to you about Trendlines 101, folks. Trendlines 101. Folks, I want to teach you guys what the definition of trendlines are, what they look like, how to draw them, and how to make some stinking money using trendlines in www.wetttraderllc.com. First of all, let's start off with the definition. Definition of a trend line: a line that's drawn over pivot highs or under pivot lows. It shows the prevailing direction of the market. Trend lines are visual representation of the support and resistance in any time frame. Folks, any time frame. Let's emphasize any time frame. Let me show you what I'm talking about, folks. Trend lines, trend lines, trend lines. Any time frame. We can draw a trend line from here, from pivot highs to next pivot high. From pivot lows to next pivot lows. No matter how you draw it, it's a trend. And this trend's telling me what? It's going down, down, down. Pivot high, pivot high. Pivot low, pivot low. Now what's this showing me, folks? Showing me there's an area here for support. Now the other thing about this, any time frame, folks. Let's look at a longer time frame. Now this is a 15-minute chart. This is a 15-minute chart, folks. And I like trend lines a lot. They make a lot of money. I'm big on trend lines, trying to show me where the market's coiling up. Pivot low, pivot low, pivot high, pivot high. What I do is I use a significant high to a significant low. And when I want to draw my trend lines, I always want to make sure I got something in the bottom, in between them. So if I'm drawing my low to low, I want to make sure I got a high there. Subsequently, if I'm drawing my trend line from my high to high, I want to make sure I have a low in between the time period. Trend lines could be horizontal, vertical, support and resistance. This is more like a channel, but these are the same thing. Once again, it tells you the direction of the trend. Folks, if there's anything else you want to learn from www.wetttraderllc.com, it's the direction of the trend. Now, this was the action that we got on a Friday for unemployment number coming out. This was before it's coming out. This is when it came out. And as you can clearly see, folks, we're going from high, low, high, low. It's a sideways action. All the trend lines, you can check any time frame. Any time frame, folks. Any time frame. Here's a nice trend line here. We got trend lines here telling us we're making higher, high, higher. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to define the trend with the trend line. What's the definition of a trend? Higher high, higher low, higher high. On the downtrend, same thing. It's going to be lower lows and lower highs. So we have a lower high here. Let's keep pulling back and check this market out a little bit further, folks. A little bit further on these trends. These trend lines, like I said, can be horizontal, can be vertical. You can even have eclipse trend lines. All this is telling you, folks, is where the support and resistance is of these markets. Support and resistance. We have a high here, we have a low here, we have a high here, we have a low here. We have another high here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5-bar high. That's what I use to define it. Now, even though this one's lower, it's not significant. Why? It's not significant because it's not a 5-bar low right here. I want a 5-bar low. My definition of a trend bar, I need to have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. It's got to be the lowest of the 5 to the left and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? So as we're building this forward, obviously as you're building this, you won't see this data here. But when we go back 5 bars here, this is a low. Go back 5 bars here, this is the highest high. And what this is the market consolidating, getting ready for a big move, and look and see what it did. Yeah, it moved all right. See, now we're backing it up now, folks. Once again, trend lines, trend lines, trend lines. Trend lines, trend lines, trend lines. Trend lines, trend lines, trend lines. And this is a great example, folks. Great example. Look at that. Significant high, significant low. Now, significant high here, right? Because this one, it wasn't higher. See? So this is like a fakie. And the market will do that now with all the automation. We blow through, but we did not take that high out. Really close. Lower low. Lower low here. So we have a high, low, high, low. I like to get my high lows in because I want to know. Here's my high. Here's my low. Here's my low. See, this is where I was thinking a head and shoulder trend lines. But looks like we might be having a head and shoulder continuation here. Possibly going down, making another new low. Now, if we want to see where this thing could go, we want to draw the lines, but we penetrated this line. But let's keep pulling back, folks. Let's see if we do. Keep pulling back. That was a 240. Now we're getting a 360. See, where are we going to run out of my significant high? Look at that, 22 and a quarter. 22. 21.75. See how these trend lines are getting a little different now. As we're pulling back in time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, these are cycle highs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is not a cycle low. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't make a significant low here. See? So when I draw my trend line, I need to go from significant high to significant high. Look at that. Oh, that is amazing how that looks. If that isn't to tell you what's going on, bam, 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 we hit that same trend line. 1, 2 times here, sold off. Finally came through and retested it. Because then what happens once you have a downtrend line? Same thing, got to have an uptrend. Now I can go here because that's a significant low. Here's a significant high. Here's another significant high. Here's actually a significant high and a significant low in the same bar. This is what happens when the market gets sideways. And you can always have a horizontal line as well. 1, 2, 1, 2. This tells me we might have a high probability this market could be coming down. Obviously here you can see this pattern here. This looks like a descending triangle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down in here. Going to retest this low probability. Okay, let's pull out a little bit further on our trading the trend, folks. See, as we pull back out, this moving average right here, it's showing me where the trend is right here. It's saying down, right? It's saying down, 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 down. This is another indication. This is a higher high, higher low scenario, but this looks like a bear flag. Or a rising wedge coming down, continuation of our downtrend here. So we have a high here. We have a low here. Where do I draw my lines? I don't have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have a 5-bar low here, do I? So I got to wait. This is my point, folks. As you pull back these charts, it gives you a different angle of what's really going on. As I pull back and pull back, this is a typo double here. That's fine. as you pull back and you pull back. Let's pull back on the monthly. See? Now the monthly looks totally different. Totally different, because here, according to this monthly, this is a 5-bar low. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we took that low out. So as we speak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 5-bar low here. But moving forward, folks, we don't know. We don't know if this is going to hold, but I'll tell you right now, this is a good place to put a trend line. We know we got some resistance here. See? This is my point, folks. You want to watch these trend lines. You want to watch them. Because you can really make some money on these high probability, low-risk trades. If you trade with the trend will always be your friend. Try our free demo, www.wetttraderllc.com. Like me on Facebook. Get a free demo. This has been your Trendline 101, folks. Thank you.